Mother Nature, it seems, has a cruel sense of irony. After delivering aid to Orang Asli communities cut off due to the floods, my colleague Anjuli Ngan and I, along with 15 others, had become trapped ourselves. The rain had caused a river to surge, sweeping away a makeshift bridge we had just used an hour before. There was no other way out. Two Orang Asli who were with us helped to secure the logs we had used so that we could recover it once the rain stopped. But beyond that, there was nothing we could do. The Orang Asli made their way through the jungle to deliver news of our situation to others, while we struck camp uphill from the river where it was safe. We had no tents, but fortunately we had instant cup noodles, clean water, a portable stove, and a kettle. With that, we set in for the night. A small taste of what the Orang Asli and others cut off by the floods had gone through. The skies cleared as morning came. The river blocking our path had receded, and it was now possible to cross on foot, although the current was strong. The first strategy was to recover the broken log bridge and rebuild it. But as we worked, we discovered that the riverbed was solid. A plan was hatched. One of the four-wheel drives would tether itself to a tree across the river and risk crossing over without a bridge, and then winch the others across. And so we found our way out. One by one we crossed. And after sorting out some mechanical failures from dunking in the river, we made our way back to base camp. There were a few more obstacles along the way, but nothing as frightening as our experience the day before. My relief at having escaped our predicament, however, would soon turn to sorrow when we made a little detour. This is the riverside village of GSA, or rather, what's left of it.
Okay, so this is where the river is, and as you can see, it just swept up all the way here, up the slope, and into all the houses.
None in the village were spared from the flood. Many had lost their homes and were now staying in temporary camps away from the river. The more fortunate ones had their houses full of mud, all their belongings destroyed. Among them is Hassan Atim, whom we met as we explored the village.
Nak tanya air ni sampai tak kat mana?
Air dia ada kesan sini.
Atas tu?
Sini lah.
Tingginya. Barang-barang semua dah hanyut ke? Masih boleh guna?
Barang memang tak hanyut tapi musnah.
Semua musnah.
The destruction was heartbreaking. David Stewart, a volunteer who had been helping the villagers, however, says it could have been much, much worse.
And when we walked in, all we saw was no vehicle had driven in. And I drove through this mud and I thought, wow, it's moving back. It looks like I've never been here. But when you got out and you saw the destruction, you know, the community centre, everything's gone, the roof's off, houses completely flattened, no foundations, no nothing. And you walk 50 feet up from the bank and you see the water still halfway up a house and you think, wow, they survived. And when we got to talking to them, we realised it happened in the daytime. If it had happened at night, we would be picking bodies out of the water, not feeding hungry people.
But perhaps luck won't always be on their side. The recent monsoon floods were the worst in decades, killing 21 people and displacing more than 200,000 others at its peak. Environmentalists claim that one major contributing factor, especially in Kelantan, was deforestation. And from what I observed in Gua Musang, where a raging river destroyed a 10-year-old steel bridge, and runoff from hills created deadly torrents, it could not be further from the truth. Zikri Kamarul Zaman, Kini TV.